Good morning, students.
Morning,
Mr.
Mr.
P.
Today I'll be teaching you guys about the Precambrian era. Do you guys have any questions?
I do. When did the Precambrian era start and end?
Well, the Precambrian era started about 4.6 million years ago and ended 590 million years ago.
Yes. What time periods were in the era of the Precambrian?
The Precambrian era was split up into 3 time periods. We had the Hadean, the Archean, and the Proterozoic time periods.
Okay. The climate, what was it like?
It varied from 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius.
Okay. Were there any geographical changes, or was there any change in the geography?
I have to go to the bathroom also.
What was the geography like?
Well, during the Precambrian time era, there were 2 supercontinents.
Okay.
And it was also known as the Snowball Earth because during most of this period it was all ice and glaciers.
All right. What organisms were in the Precambrian era?
Well, we got some interesting ones here. We got the brachiopod, the sea pen, and the prehistoric starfish.
Okay. Last question. What are some really cool facts?
Well, the first one-celled organism was discovered in the Precambrian era, and that's about it.
That's really cool.
I know. Gang gang.
All right,
Class, today
Paleozoic-
we're going to be learning about the Paleozoic era.
Good morning, Mr. F.
Do you guys have any questions?
What was the geography of the Paleozoic era like?
It was mostly flat, but towards the end of the era, it started to get more mountainy because of shifting plates, and it was just Pangea most of the time, except towards the end, it started to break apart into the continents we know today.
Sweet. What kind of organisms were found in the Paleozoic era?
Well, there was a very cool one called the Anomalocaris, which is a pretty hard name to say, which was a fish shark-like creature with 2 tentacles and a squid-like mouth. There was also trilobites and other bugs.
That's pretty nice. Are there any cool facts you'd like to share with us?
It was also called the Age of Cockroaches and is known for the explosion of light in water.
Pretty cool.
Leave.
Morning,
Mr. M.
Today we are going to be learning about the Mesozoic era, which is one of the hottest eras in Earth's history. Any questions?
I have one. When did the Mesozoic era start and end?
The Mesozoic era started about 245 million years ago and ended about 66.4 million years ago.
That is cool. What was the climate like?
Well, like I said in the beginning, the climate was one of the hottest in Earth's history. There is no sign of glacial structures, snow, or rain, and there is a lot of very dry landscape during the Mesozoic era.
That is very cool. What was the geography like?
Well, the geography, there wasn't a lot of changes. There was very dry vegetation, and also by the end of the Jurassic era, Africa and South America separated.
What were the organisms?
Well, there was the ichthyosaur, which was known in Greek as a fish lizard. It was a large dolphin-shaped animal with 4 long webbed feet that used for slippers. It grew up to 16 meters long. There was also the plesiosaur. It was a rather scary-looking organism. You could find the plesiosaur in any area of the ocean during the Mesozoic era. Scientists have found clues that the animal was warm-blooded. It was thriving until the Cretaceous period. There was also an organism called the pterosaur, and it was one of the largest flying organisms. It had rows and rows of razor-sharp teeth, and varied in sizes.
That's pretty cool. Were there some other cool facts about this era?
It was known as the era of dinosaurs and small reptiles. The end of the Mesozoic was due to meteors hitting the ground and killing all living things besides a couple of specimens.
That is very nice.
Good morning, class.
Good morning,
Mr.
Mr. V.
Today we're going to be learning about the Cenozoic era. Do you guys have any questions?
I do. When did the Cenozoic era start and end?
It started 66 million years ago and continues through today.
Very cool. What time periods were in the Cenozoic era?
The Paleogen period and the Neogen period.
Nice. So, what was the climate like?
Mostly the same as today. It started off a little bit colder in the Paleogen period, but it got a little warmer near the Neogen era.
Wow. Were there any changes in geography?
Mostly just small to medium mountain ranges like the Andes popped up. Nothing major.
Like what organisms were in the Cenozoic era?
The most notable was the human person. Also, this was the era of the mammals, right after the extinction of the dinosaurs, so mammals ruled the earth. So things like humans, all the great apes,
Elephants.
things of that nature.
Very, very cool. What are some cool facts?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow!